A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. American voters are set to deliver their verdict today after an extraordinarily turbulent election cycle that has captivated the nation and the world. The stakes could not be higher as voters head to the polls, with Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris aiming to become the first woman president in U.S. history, while former President Donald Trump seeks a stunning comeback that could send shockwaves across the globe. As polling stations open nationwide at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, both candidates find themselves in a dead heat, marking this as one of the tightest and most volatile White House races in modern history. The final day of campaigning saw both Harris and Trump frantically working to mobilize their supporters and sway any remaining undecided voters in swing states, which are expected to decide the election outcome. The campaign has been marked by a series of dramatic twists, including Harris's unexpected rise to prominence following President Joe Biden's withdrawal from the race in July, and Trump's resilience in the face of 2 assassination attempts and a criminal conviction. Despite these tumultuous events, polling has shown a persistent deadlock, with neither candidate able to gain a decisive edge. Voter turnout is expected to be massive, building on the already impressive numbers of over 82 million early ballots cast in the weeks leading up to Election Day. However, with results anticipated to be extremely close, a final outcome may not be known for several days, adding to the tension in a nation that remains deeply divided. Concerns about potential unrest and violence loom large, especially if Trump loses and contests the results as he did in 2020. In anticipation of the election, barriers have been erected around the White House, and businesses in Washington have boarded up their windows as a precaution. The international community is watching closely, as the election's outcome is poised to have significant implications for global issues, including conflicts in the Middle East, the ongoing war in Ukraine, and climate change initiatives, issues that Trump has previously dismissed as a hoax. Both candidates are effectively tied in key swing states, including Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. On the eve of the election, Harris focused her efforts on Pennsylvania, rallying supporters at the iconic steps made famous in the Rocky movie. She declared, "Momentum is on our side," but also cautioned that this could be one of the closest races in history. Every single vote matters. Harris was joined by high-profile celebrities such as Lady Gaga and Oprah Winfrey, further energizing her base. Meanwhile, Trump, who would make history as the first convicted felon and oldest person to reclaim the presidency, painted a dire picture of the country, claiming it is in decline and overrun by savage migrants. With your vote tomorrow, we can fix every single problem our country faces and lead America, indeed, the world, to new heights of glory, he told a raucous crowd at his final rally in Grand Rapids, Michigan, after campaigning in North Carolina and Pennsylvania. Harris has made her opposition to Trump-backed abortion bans a cornerstone of her campaign, appealing to crucial women voters. Notably, she adopted a more upbeat tone in her final messages, refraining from directly mentioning Trump, despite weeks of portraying him as a threat to democracy due to his inflammatory rhetoric and threats against political opponents. Should Trump secure a comeback, it would be historic, marking the first non-consecutive second term for a U.S. president since Grover Cleveland in 1893. His return could reignite international instability, with U.S. allies in Europe and NATO expressing alarm over his isolationist, America First policies. Trading partners are also on edge, particularly regarding Trump's promises to impose sweeping import tariffs. Conversely, a Harris victory would not only break barriers by making her the first Black woman and South Asian president, but would also signal an end to the Trump era that has dominated U.S. politics for nearly a decade. Trump has indicated he would not run for election again in 2028. However, he still refuses to acknowledge his loss in the 2020 election to Biden. The lingering trauma of the January 6th Capitol attack by his supporters remains a heavy cloud over his campaign. As the nation braces for the results, Trump has hinted at the possibility of refusing to accept another loss, continuously raising unfounded claims of election fraud and lamenting that he should never have left the White House. The outcome of this election holds the potential to reshape the political landscape of the United States for years to come, and the world is watching closely as history unfolds. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.